One thing I really appreciate as well as being a youth pastor is really being able to see some kids coming up through who are taking some steps into discovering God and owning their faith. And one of the students I'm going to bring up here, she's already on stage already. Maya, come over here. Maya, come on up. Maya, come on over here. I'll grab your stuff. Or Kathy will get it. She's so good. Maya is one of our students at 180 at our youth group, Maya Whalen. She's, you get to see, she's an amazing singer and all that stuff too, but she's a very good speaker as well. And so I asked her if she would just give us a little challenge for like all of our students that are moving up, because there's a lot of transitions happening, even for the parents, right? When your kids are going away, you're going to cry yourself to sleep. But listen, she's got a great message of hope for you today. So Maya, after you.
Thank you. All right. So I'm going to be starting with a question. Have any of you guys ever had a dream that you wanted to obtain in the future? Raise your hand. Tell me.
Work for Pastor Kevin. My dream.
Do any of you guys have some examples? Dreams. Raise your hand. Anyone? Raise your hand. Any hand. Come on. That's reasonable. Yeah. Did people believe in you? Did people encourage you? Some? All right. So I'm going to be talking about a young teenager in the Bible who also had something that he was confident that he could do. He had a dream. He was very confident in this, but for some reason, his family, his friends, the king, they all doubted him in this thing that he wanted to do. So David, he was about 13 to 15 years old in this story, and he learned that he was a shepherd. He tended to the sheep with his brothers, and he heard that somewhere not far away there was a war going on. There was this giant named Goliath that was terrorizing this village, and he wanted to do something about it. So he went to the village, and he showed up to the king and said, like, hey, I can take this guy down. I have my sling, I have my rocks, I can take him down. And the king was like, you look a little young. You're what, a teenager? You're 14, 15 years old, and you want to take this guy down? Like, are you crazy? Do you want to get yourself killed? That's probably what the king thought when he saw this boy volunteering to face against this giant. Even Goliath laughed at him when he was face to face with him. He said in 1 Samuel 17:4-3, "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks?" No one believed in David when he went face to this giant. People called him boy because he was so young, he was so small. And listen, David had a lot of courage to face against this giant, strong man, monster even. I'm 14 years old. I would not have the courage, honestly. I am nothing but skin and bones. So I look up to David when I see that. I'm like, he is brave. Like, he has no fear. And then during the story, I look and I'm like, oh, he believed in God. He believed that God was with him and he would help him. He would give him strength. So David, believing in that, he swung his sling with a stone inside and hit Goliath straight in the forehead, and Goliath fell down, dropped dead with a single stone to the forehead. Isn't that amazing? Like a single stone, this giant guy dies from a single stone hitting the forehead, just like that. Like, that's crazy. Like, you could only do that if you had God by your side. Like, it's incredible. So this is proof that whatever you're doing, if you're going into high school, if you're going into college, if you're doing anything like that, if you're trying to follow your dreams, if you're trying to become an actor, I know Nate wanted to become an actor, it didn't happen for him, sadly. Whatever you're trying to do, I'm telling you, you can do it, because if you believe in God, if you believe that He's with you and He's following you, then you can do pretty much anything, like anything at all. Because David defeated the Goliath with a single stone to the forehead, and that's just nearly impossible if you didn't have God with you. Like, it's incredible what God can do when he's working in your life. Yeah. Amen. So don't be afraid whether you're moving up a grade or you're going into college, anything like that, because God's with you, and there's no reason to be afraid.